Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
For some reason, I couldn't hear you before.
I don't know what was going on.
Let me change
I love
your screen.
You?
How do I change mine?
I am just so
Not
savvy when it comes to certain things and
very tech savvy when it comes.
like AI and stuff like that.
So
Welcome everybody.
you want to do the
Introduction or
Yes, you can start.
okay. Oh,
so welcome
one, two. Moving forward,
holding space for the
91%
or the 92%.
I should say 90%. Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. I heard
That's me.
That's me.
Hold on. Let me put mine on mute.
Okay. Do I need to mute myself?
No, I don't know why the feedback is happening, but we're going to get it figured out. Just 1 second.
Let me see. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, let me turn this off. Can you? I don't hear anymore. So,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I feel like you sound clear, but I feel like I'm echoing. Am I echoing?
Nope. Everything is.
Yep, everything
Everything is good.
So welcome everyone. My name is Leo Elaine,
And I am hosting with
the beautiful Nikki Love. So I want to
this particular live
is called Moving Forward,
holding space
for the 92%.
Now,
The reason we want to address the
92%, and
some of you may know who
the 92%
is. So the
92%
is the number
of Black women
who voted for
Kamala
Harris, which was the Democratic
nominee
for president.
right?
So right now,
We wanted to
hold space and
have a safe space
to
let out our
frustrations, to voice our
dreams, and
really come together.
um,
Think about what's next
for us. I don't know
if any of you are
business owners out
there, but
we are business owners
located in Savannah, Georgia.
and I love that background. You look so
Professional friend.
Thank you.
So
we belong to
a business group called Somewhere in
between, and somewhere in
Between is
a group for the
unconventional
business owners.
So
We
are the, I guess we could say,
I don't want to say we're anti
brunch girls because that's not true.
we love brunch. We love a good
Time, but
we want to
be the
people that or
women that
have a space for
girlies or the girls
who feel
square peg in a real
round hole, like
you're too much for some
groups and not enough
for other groups. Where if you
feel underrepresented
and if you feel like
you are unconventional,
we want a
space for you where you
can be your authentic
and unapologetic self.
And so
that's why we have this space.
We welcome you into our
space, and we're just
taking the mask
off
and just opening our hearts.
So, Nikki,
you want to say anything
before we start?
I don't really have much to say. You pretty much said it all. I think the only thing I wanted to say was just introduce who we are. We not only have somewhere in between, but we both are business owners outside of that. I am a confidence coach. And Leo, are you frozen? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. Leo works in AI, and she can tell you more about that than I can because that is her wheelhouse. But we, like she said, found it somewhere in between because we got together and realized that we were a group of people that could fit in anywhere but didn't feel like we belonged anywhere. And if that's you, then this is for you. But specifically tonight, we want to speak to the 92% because we were frustrated, scared, concerned, all of the emotions, right? So much so that a lot of people took time off of the socials to be able to get their mind around it and prepare for what's next. But so that's what we're holding space for tonight.
Okay. For some reason,
Do you feel
am I cutting?
out or
Yeah. Am I cutting in and out too?
yeah,
So it's
both
both.
of us that's cutting in and out?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know what.
That is.
Give me 1 second.
It can't be both of our
Connections, right?
I wouldn't think so. I don't know what's going on with that.
Right. That don't make sense, does it?
Mm-mm.
So
So did you want
talk about something first, or
or
want me to start?
whatever is good for you?
You know what? Let me see if I take my microphone off, if that helps with the clarity.
Let me see if I turn mine off. Does that help? Kind of like I need mine on because I hear you.
Let's play some music in the intermission
Intermission.
because I can't hear you, friend. We're gonna have
Karaoke battle at home.
Can you hear me now?
You ready?
Yeah, I turned my microphone back on. I don't know why it's cutting in and out though.
yeah, it's still cut.
Now, let us know if you can hear us.
Give us
A hello or
or something.
to let us know you can hear us. Is it
Coming? Is it going in and
for you, or
is it just us that?
it's going in and out for?
So just let us.
So,
I would
like to get your feedback.
feedback if you want to join us.
Live.
That would be great as well.
It's still cutting in and out.
Isn't it?
It's not as bad as it was. I can still hear you.
Okay. Okay.
But I just don't know why it's doing that. When I go live any other time, it doesn't do that. So it's weird.
No.
But you can hear the music.
Yeah.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hello. I see some people have joined.
Hello, hello.
So
Getting back to it,
all right,
y'all. Let's get into
do it. So we know it's been heavy.
And as Black women,
We've been showing up
for everyone,
but
ask yourself,
who's really holding us down? Right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's where someone
in between comes in.
Nikki and I created
Created a space for business
women
and we could
this space tonight to
unpack,
release, and rebuild
on our own
terms.
Today,
I wanted to specifically talk
about something. The two things
are important to me
and are deeply connected
to the work that we do. The
first one is
rest
as resistance.
Mm-hmm.
and that's
A huge thing for Black,
because
resting isn't
laziness is the
strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
numbers.
That's what we're going to talk about,
I got my chai tea, girl.
girl. Well, chai, not
Tea, remember?
Yes, it is too.
All right. So the
numbers.
specifically
What the exit polls
say about we
as a community are shaping in the future.
you know,
Mhm.
So
I want
to
do a breath work. Is
that
that
okay?
Mm-hmm. That's perfect.
Okay. Okay.
all right? So
What we're going to do is sit up nice and tall in
seat and
and we're going to center
breath. So start
by simply
noticing your breath. You can close
your eyes if you need to. No need to change it.
just
Observe your breath.
think about your breath. Is it
Shallow or is it
fast or is it slow? Just
notice your breath, no judgment.
just notice
Notice. And as you notice,
breath.
where do you feel it the most?
Is it in your chest?
Your belly, or maybe in your throat? Just silently to yourself.
Now, as you
Noticing where the breath
is, place
one
one
hand on your chest
and the other
on your belly. And
start to deepen.
deepen the breath. So inhale deeply through your
Nose.
with a count of 4,
Inhale.
4,
3, 2.
1,
Hold at the top.
4, 2,
1, 2.
exhale
Slowly through the mouth.
for a count of
1,
1, 2,
3,
4, 5.
6. Let's do
That together 3
times. So
inhale through your nose for a count of 4. So inhale
1,
2, 3.
4. Hold at
The top for 2,
1.
2. Exhale.
Slowly through the mouth.
And this time with puckered lips for a count of 6,
1, 2,
3,
4, 5.
6.
Let's do that again. Inhale deeply.
Deeply through your nose.
4. Hold at the top for 2 seconds. Exhale
Slowly through the mouth
good lips.
for 6. And before we get
With your eyes.
still closed,
Now that we
worked on the breath, continue
breathe as
normal.
and now that your breath
Is steady.
lets
Release.
any tension that you might
Be holding it.
in your body.
So on your neck,
Inhale,
imagine you're drawing
light,
warmth,
whatever feels good.
good to you. And as you exhale,
Imagine
you're releasing
anything
heavy,
that's stress
worry,
or fear.
just let it go. And at this moment, we're going
Again, our body start
to start at the top of your head.
breathe in your forehead,
Your jaw,
your neck,
exhale,
and let it go. Move to the
shoulders. Inhale,
and feel the
lift slightly.
then exhale
Exhale,
and let them drop. Now let's
let's move to your chest.
belly. Inhale,
Inhale and feel the
expand. Exhale,
and release any.
finally let's move all
Way down to your legs and feet.
inhale and feel them grounded, and exhale
Let them sink.
into the floor. And we're going to do
One last part of this.
exercise. Now that we've let go, let's
Call in some power.
an intention.
We're going to do a
Pattern
called the four.
for 4 breath.
This helps
Energize and center.
center us.
And this is how it works.
So inhale for 4. Hold for 4.
Exhale
Exhale for 4.
and
And hold for 4.
so let's do
That
that.
again.
Inhale for 4,
1, 2,
3,
4. Hold for
4, 2,
3, 4.
exhale for
4. 1,
2, 3.
3, 4. Let's
Together again,
for the next minute.
and I'll count for you.
Inhale,
2, 3,
4. Hold
2,
3, 4.
exhale
2, 3.
4, and hold
Hold 2.
3, 4,
Let's do it again. Inhale,
2, 3,
4.
hold 2,
3.
4, exhale
2,
3, 4,
and hold
2, 3.
4.
Last one.
Inhale, 2,
3,
4, and hold
2, 3.
3, 4,
Exhale.
and come back to the natural.
Rhythm of your breathing. And we're
We're going to close this out. So let's
one final deep breath
together. Inhale,
your deepest one.
out. Inhale,
The nose for a count.
of 6. Feel your lungs
Expand completely.
completely.
At the top, feel your
Strength.
in this moment.
Moment. Exhale
Everything out.
of the mouth
8.
and let it all go.
And when you are
Ready, gently
bring your awareness back to the
the space. Wiggle,
fingers and toes.
open your eyes. Shake it out. All right.
Just notice how you feel.
Thank you for sharing this moment.
Breath work is so
Important, and it's a powerful
for us to.
to manage our
I hope that you feel
lighter, stronger
connected to yourself.
self.
And now I
I hope that
you are ready to talk,
and be present in this moment.
and let's carry
This energy that we're feeling right
now into the conversation
today,
that we're grounded,
and ready to
create space.
for one another. All right. So even
It's just us, Nikki.
because
I
I had a lot to say, and
this is something
that I was struggling with.
Mhm.
so
The first thing that I
I want to get into is venting and
releasing.
Mhm.
so
Before we get into the
the stats and the
solutions, I want to talk about how we really
truly felt
in this moment, like
honestly what's
weighing on you, what's been
frustrating, overwhelming, or
just plain exhausting.
and we're going to give each other
The 10 minutes to do this.
Okay. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first? Me?
I talk a
Okay,
lot.
so I think for me I had a lot of different feelings. Um there are quite a few people that I know on either side. And it was very hard for me to reconcile that these are still people that I have known for years or people that I know and love, but that we don't see things the same way. Because for me, it was not really a question of um, this person over that person. It was more a question of human rights over anti-human rights. Like it for me, that's what the question boiled down to. That's what it felt like for me specifically. Uh, and it wasn't just about women's rights. It wasn't just about um, the Latinx community. It was about everybody as a whole. And me, friend. As me being me, I always want to see the glass half full. I always want people to um, be their best selves and have the freedom to be their best selves, whatever that may look like for them. But having that freedom and that choice is what's always been important for me, because when we start to let other people dictate what we can and can't do, it's more of it's no longer a democracy. And so for me, I was frustrated that there was just so many people that took just like certain things, certain clips out of the news or out of the policies or out of the procedures, or either they just looked at the way things are going right now and that they feel like they can't feed their families. They feel like, gas is too high, the cost of milk is too high, and all of those things. I think the biggest thing for me is the lack of education and understanding of how the economy actually works. And I just, that was what was really, really frustrating for me. I was frustrated, and I'm trying to be the person that understands both sides, because, as a paralegal, that's what I was taught, to be able to argue both sides of anything. And I can't really argue both sides of this particular situation. Or this particular issue. While I do understand that some people were worried about the LGBTQIA plus community getting more rights, that were starting to infringe upon their rights, I understand that they are concerned about that, but those rights won't even matter if we continue to go in the way that we're going, because everybody is going to be cookie cutter. Everybody's going to have to fit into this box this way. And that's what the hardest thing is, because I don't fit in anybody's box. I fit a lot of boxes. You know what I mean? And just trying to have those conversations with so many different people and trying to understand where they're coming from. And most of it was money. For me, it was the bigotry, the homophobia, the race baiting, the hate, all of that is happening. And all of that came out with this campaign, just like with all of the other campaigns. And I just am like, I can't believe that some of the people who were just like, oh, y'all voted him in, I don't want to hear y'all mouth the last time, are the ones that have jumped to the other side now. And I was so frustrated with the whole entire thing. I don't know that there's any one specific thing that I was frustrated about, But what was overwhelming at the end of the day was that we showed up. We came together. We were at the polls. We understood the assignment. We did what needed to be done. And the people that he targeted specifically outright did not. And I'm just like, we show up for y'all. We do the GoFundMe's. We saving everybody. We out here saving everybody. And this is what y'all do? So I had a whole entire moment of just feeling disappointed and let down completely. So now on the other side of it is just like, we got to focus on the people that do show up for us, the people that are showing up for us, and let everybody else do what they're doing. So that's how I felt.
Well, you made it
sound very beautiful.
I did not handle
It that well. I was
not okay.
I was ready
Tear some
to stuff down. I'm
gonna be PG on this live.
I was not okay.
I was not okay.
I wasn't one of the people
That
went like
berserk and cried
at the
after the
results because I kind of knew.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
It was going to happen because
I knew
how people voted.
and you know it was how it was. They have
Not shown us any different.
and there were
So many campaigns. Listen to
black women, love black women,
black women
safe space. If you get lost
or you're a child
and you get lost in the
the desert,
guess what? Go to a
find a black woman.
you know, and we hear these
Conversations.
and then
You look at the numbers of the exit.
and it's like, y'all did this to us again.
Y'all
Did this to us again. And
I was furious.
I was like, I don't want to talk to
Nobody. I want to isolate.
I don't want to be bothered.
I'm not doing anything.
I
am pissed.
I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I do not.
Like this is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not only that, the
passive aggressiveness of the
Trump voters that won. So
we're in the South. So
we go out. It
was a lot of.
It made me even furious
Because I knew what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what it meant. I heard all the
Excuses.
oh,
You know, we didn't
understand her policy,
or it was too late.
and it all
Boiled down to white
supremacy.
So upholding
Standards of white supremacy
in which
they
didn't want to be a minority.
They realized how sucky
It is to be a minority.
So then they decided,
Okay, I don't
go through this. So this is what
I'm going to vote in the best
interest of
my race
instead of
what is important.
me. And for me,
Anything. I wasn't
mad at black
men as I should have been.
or I don't even think I should have been
I was more upset
with white women.
and I was very angry at,
Because this is the third time,
and I've spoke about this
times. This is the
third time
where they've done something like
this to us. I feel like as
women. And I keep
saying the same thing. So in
1965, women
were given the right to vote.
Women were not given the right to vote
Vote until 1960.
Mm-hmm. 100 years later. Mm-hmm.
100 years later.
And keep in mind
That black women
were a very huge
part of women's suffrage.
So in
1865 and so on,
Ida B. Wells,
Turn the Truth, all these
women were fighting
rights of women.
to vote.
But what happened
Was Frederick Douglass and
men got the right to vote before
white women cried
that, and they told us
that, hey, it's a win for
all women. Frederick Douglass
and Susan B.
and he got together
Yeah, this is all you can
find it. It is
Googleable.
got together and said, hey,
Hey, if us women vote
for black men to get into
the office, then you
have to turn around
and make sure that white.
get the right to vote, right?
So he pretty much sold out.
People.
Mhm.
And
So
black women were not
the right to vote until
100 years later.
1965
Was when black women
given the right to vote.
and so
We move into the feminist
movement, right, where women
be independent because at
at the time women couldn't even
have their own bank accounts.
right. So women couldn't have their own bank account.
So, okay,
Yeah, thank you so much.
Trish, love you.
All right.
And Fluid is
Aesthetics, that's my girl. I love
so much. I hope that you're
doing well.
I really appreciate
You guys stopping by.
just giving a little history about
What
the movement was for black women.
women in America.
The feminist movement came, so
We
then
moved the men out of the homes.
and
Then
2016
happened where
we were told
you know
that
listen to black women,
2016 happened.
and we saw
Numbers were for,
white women.
and I said, you know what?
I'm not like
I'm not expecting anything.
I'm really not. And so 2020, no, it was 2020 that
2020,
as we saw the exit polls,
24 is the same thing.
and it's only so many
Times where you can
vote not in the best interest of women because
a lot of things were like they can't
overturn Roe versus Wade. It's
60 years, and what happened?
it was overturned.
And
It
women
was
Lost their
overturned.
lives as a result.
Women have lost
Very
their lives.
frustrated. Yeah,
I'm almost done because we got
10 minutes to
this
Mhm.
business session.
because we have to think about solutions.
But it showed me
Me that people
prioritize their
whiteness,
over their sex.
so they prioritized
Sex. I mean their race,
over their sex, which was very frustrating.
because it's all women suffer.
And yeah, so that's what
And I had to sit and meditate
and realize
that you cannot
not go
to
a corner
and just
isolate
I do need to speak to my community.
and
Let's talk about strategies
on how to move forward because we still
to do businesses. We still have
have to run businesses. We still
to take care of kids. And
we can't let this anger fester.
so what is the next move? And that's where I had to sit and meditate with those feelings. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Black women are resilient. And I know we're going to be okay. But I need us to really put down the grudges and things that we had and come together as a unit and really say, how can I support my sister in business? Bring that barter system back if necessary. Hey, I can't afford your services, but I have 20,000 followers, and you know I can get people into your clinic or I can get people into your store. How can we support you? And
Exactly.
that's where I think I am. Was that enough venting?
That was perfect. And you did say it very well. I don't know why you felt like you were not going to say it in a good way, but you did say it very well. So I do agree. And yes, Jaleesa, you are right. Their race always comes first, and race should not matter. Humanity as a whole should, but that is not, as we can see, that is not what happened or how it happened at all.
Right.
That's not at all what happened. I felt like y'all were far away, so I had to bring y'all back over here with me. But yeah, so that's exactly what it felt like happened. And I completely agree with what you said. The sentiment of feeling like we're constantly being let down, but we are always there to put things back together for everybody else.
All right. Yes. I agree. So, let's talk about part two, the exit polls. Do you have the numbers? Because I do.
I have them right here. Let me pull them back up. Yes. So the exit polls. Here we are.
Hey, everyone that joined. Jonathan, Aqua, Ty, or Neil, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. And, if you want to type something, please do. Let
Hi,
us
Nisha
know.
Love. This is a conversation. Make sure you guys join in. Tap the screen. Let us know that you're here. And also, tapping the screen lets us get shared to other people because then TikTok sees that we are popular and we get to talk to other people. So, you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
like, tap, all of that good
I
stuff.
wanted to sing Wicked. Popular.
Want to be popular.
There. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go to the exit polls. ADHD is kicking in.
Okay. Exit polls. No. Okay. I can't find the one I saved.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, you can go ahead. I can follow along.
Oh, okay. All right. So when we're looking at the numbers, Black women, we showed up at 91%. So 91% of us voted for progress, right? Black men weren't far behind at 77%. Well, with other groups, the data shows that we still have a lot of work to do, right? And why does this matter? Because these numbers remind us that where we're positioned in this fight and how much work we're still carrying, right? So, what do they tell us about what we need to do and how we need to move forward as a community? So, let's discuss the numbers again. So, white men, 37% voted for Kamala, 60% voted for Trump. Right, so I that was expected for me. I never thought that I never thought about white men in this discussion. But what was interesting to me, I'm gonna go to white women because white women, I thought we were family. So white women voted 37%. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 37% voted for Kamala. And 53% voted for Trump, right? All right, so that was a big surprise to me. Let's talk about the other. So, Latino men, 43%. They only make up 6%, right? 6% of the vote. So the biggest numbers that make up the vote, 34% white men, 37% white women. So if 37% white women make up more than white men, which is very interesting, right? Black men only make up 5%. Black women only make up 7%. So Latino men only make up 6% of the vote, but 43% voted for Kamala. 55% voted for Trump. 55%. Latino women also only make up 6% of the vote. 60% voted for Kamala. 38%, excuse me, voted for Trump. All other races, that includes Asians and, you know, other ethnicities, make up an additional 6%. 48% voted for Kamala. 46% didn't. So what do you think those numbers tell us?
Like you said, they tell us that we have a lot more work to do in these other areas, and that a lot of people are. I think I saw this on Instagram. There was this Latin, a woman that was in the Latinx community who voted for Kamala, and she was saying that she did not realize how many people in her community identified as white.
Yes. Yes.
And I can't speak to that because I'm not in that community, but to hear somebody that is a part of that community to say that, and I was just like, is that what it was? Is that what's going on here? Hello, Sarah Anderson. Thank you for the likes. But yeah, so I just was very surprised by the numbers, and I was surprised by everything going on. When the numbers came out, I was very proud of us though for actually coming together, sticking together, getting out and doing what we needed to do, and also of Black men, because they did show up at the polls. Those of us that could, or those of them that could vote, because you know that's a whole different conversation. So those of them that could actually vote did show up and do what needed to be done. Of course, there's always going to be those that, you know, go the other way. But what do you think these numbers tell us?
That we can't do it alone, but, you know, believe what you see and not what you hear. Because, you know, all over TikTok, blue bracelets, listen to Black women, blah, blah, blah. But when you look at these exit polls, they say a different thing. And I think, like I said, white women controlled 37%, more than white men, of the vote. And they still voted as if they didn't have the power.
And they did.
And they did. Like, you actually had the power and you chose not to use it. And so for me, it was just like, man, what do we have to do? And I think a lot of us took it personally, like, do you think I'm not smart enough? I'm not good enough? And for me, it made me feel like, damned if we do, damned if we don't. I want us all to just be radical at this moment and show up unapologetically. I think it's time to mask off. Like, no, because it's not going to get us anywhere.
That's not.
It's not. So that's how I felt. I was so angry because I was like, masking is not going to get us anywhere. So, and I don't know how we can appeal to other groups. So at this point, I'm just like, only thing we can control is us, right? We can show up for each other. So, yeah, so that's what the numbers look like. These numbers made me feel sad. Like I wasn't good enough.
Sad and disappointed.
Yeah, I internally took that as I'm not good enough. And no matter, you know, you subconsciously feel it anyway. And no matter how hard I work or how excellent my credentials may be, I'm always going to be seen as other. Hey, Lex, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, and it just hurt my heart because I was like, how do you move past? No, actually, it made me angry. It was like, okay, so y'all see me as this thing. I'm just going to be myself.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for showing up. And let me know what you, like, if you're here, Let us know what you thought after the election. How did you feel? Share any thoughts. You can jump up on the live. We are all here. I am drinking my chai with my Powerpuff Girls cup. I'm just vibing right now.
And I am drinking my water today. I got water because I'm supposed to be going out. I need to hydrate before. I'm supposed to be going to go see the Tyson fight. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, but
so we're going to
we'll
wrap
see.
this up. Lex said it still doesn't feel real. It doesn't.
It doesn't. It does not. It still does not feel real. Because how for a second time, after the way the first time went, how for a second time do you allow this to happen? How? How after the first time everybody talked about the divisiveness and all of that, how do you again let this happen? And the point of this was not to go off on a tangent about how we felt. We were supposed to get on, talk about how we felt, and then talk about how to move forward. But I feel like we need to give you guys, if you have joined, a chance to say how you felt. If, like you said, it doesn't feel real, it still does not feel real, and it still won't feel real when January comes around. and the next 4 years, I'm just nervous about what that entails.
I'm not. I know we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We got us. But the funny thing is, I have been enjoying. Boy, get out my face! Look who's in my face.
Nino Bino.
Nino Bino. You ate already. You want to go outside? Okay. All right. I'll let you out. I'm having an important discussion, and just like dogs, like I gotta go pee.
All right. I need to go.
Yeah.
Hi, Danita.
So I was like, we're gonna be all right, but it's still sad. But I have enjoyed, which has brought me, because please, if my husband didn't get the snip, I'm telling you, I would be out here. This is what my tubes would look like. They would look like this because
because there is no way. Listen, if I miss a pill, I'm gonna be on the floor crying. No, Lord, no. Jaleesa, yes, it was gut wrenching, and I felt like as a people we felt ourselves horribly by not doing enough. I don't know what more we could do for our group. There's always going to be the Candace Owens of the group. There's always going to be them. They're always going to be in existence. So that 8%, I understood, but or I expected. I won't say I understood because I still don't understand. But the white women,
right,
is the Latinx community. The way he talks about y'all, what did Taylor say? The way he want to send Abuelita, Tio, and Primos all the way back over yonder, and y'all just went, like y'all forgot about them. Y'all even voted against your own interests. I just am not understanding it at all. Am not.
What more can we do? And but I have been enjoying. At first, I was isolating people. I was icing people out. But what I enjoy now is Afro TikTok. I don't know if you've ever seen it. F around and find out TikTok. F around and find out MAGA. Please look that up. The white women have been going gangster. They have served their husbands' divorce papers. They have left the family group chat for Thanksgiving and Christmas. They are embracing the 4D movement. The ones, the 37% are acting up. So please, when you leave this, go to FAFO TikTok. And that's F around and find out. And it's FAFO TikTok or FAFO MAGA. They are divorcing their husbands. They are serving them divorce papers. Yes. They're serving them divorce papers. One of the guys got on and was like, she's not on the like she's not on the payment, but she's on the
Mm-hmm.
mortgage. So she's going to take the home. And one of them actually, because you're not supposed to work if you're on disability, she called the people on her in-laws because they were working under the table. Yeah, so they're going hard. I was like, you know what? Okay.
Okay, as you should, because we're not doing this. We're not taking it lying down no more. And you're not going to be married to me and then vote against my own interests. Vote against, no.
Yeah. Oh, they finding out. It was like, oops. Yeah, they serving them papers. They're leaving the group chats. They're fussing
Well,
out the parents. They're going no contact. So, I mean, that's about as much as we can do. But at this point,
that's it. That's
yeah,
it. We just have to deal with, like you said, like we said, moving forward. What do we do next? And staying married to somebody who is going to not have your back when they vowed to do so? No. Jaleesa says, especially because now we'll have no say so over our own bodies. There will be so many sad, unwanted children now. Forcing women to have kids that they don't want or can't afford is heartless. It's disgusting. And I completely agree with that. I'm hoping that Congress understands the assignment and doesn't let it get that way, and leaving the power up to the states. We've already shown that, I mean, this is where we are because Georgia has the 6-week rule. And if you don't know within that 6 weeks, you have to go somewhere else. Hopefully you can afford to go somewhere else. And people, the supporters will say, oh, well, if you've been graped, because, we got to keep it appropriate for the app. If you've been graped or SA'd, then it's approved, you can get it done. No, because if it's just happened and you are able to say that this happened, the doctors are like, well, where is the proof? Like, we need to know that we need to see something that says that this is what happened in order for us to be able to do this thing for you. So no, it's not as easy as everybody's making it seem. It sounds easy in theory, but having to go through it is just not, is not at all the case. And there was a lady who was married, and her husband were trying to have a child, a white woman, and she had a baby shower and everything. And at the baby shower, she miscarried. Finds out that the child is decaying in her, caused her to get sepsis and pass away because the doctor refused to remove the embryo, stating that he had to make sure that there was a cessation of life. So now she is now deceased because she got sepsis. So it's not as easy as the policymakers would have you believe, because they don't even understand how the woman's body works. Because it's being made, these decisions are being made by white men.
right.
You don't even have what we have. Like, are you serious?
And the 3 things that they're targeting right now is the Department of Education. So that means anyone that has any kind of financial aid through grants or scholarships, that's being canceled, possibly. Head Starts, daycares, canceled, right? If you look for subsidized vouchers or things like that, that's being canceled. Obamacare, as they call it, possibly being canceled, right? Mass denaturalizations and deportations also happening. Another thing that is happening is white men who have experienced discrimination are now or will receive reparations. And I need y'all to look this up. This is not something that I'm just thinking. These are actual things that will happen. Trump has promised this. And it's like, so brace yourselves. Part 3 Let's get to part 3 because I know you got to wrap this up, sis. You got a place to go to.
Well, I don't even know that I'm going. That's what I was saying. And I had already told them that I had this. This comes first. So I had already told them that I had this. And so I will get there when I get there, if I get there.
Okay. I appreciate that. So
Yeah, no, we're not about to rush through what we already had planned. That's not going to work out.
I appreciate you. I do. So
I
let's talk
appreciate you
about
too.
No, I'm serious. Let's talk about this rest as a resistance because we ain't doing no more. We ain't finna do no more. So rest as a
Girl,
resistance.
yes. I'm sorry. Jaleesa says he's looking forward to mass deportations too. If anyone should be paid reparations, it should be us. Honey.
He said
They said no. They didn't even give Black Wall Street reparations. They still, all these years later, even though they know the truth, they know what started it, they know how it all started and what burnt down, they have proof, still denied those people money. It's not happening for us, sis. We're going to have to make our own. Just give me my money. Yay.
all right. So when we so when we say rest as a resistance, because a lot of us were out there at the polls, like I've seen some sisters in Savannah, Georgia that were out in the rain. It was so dangerous for them out in the rain campaigning. So, what does rest as a resistance look like? Because I don't think any of us even thought about rest. So we show up for everyone else. We hold it down for everyone else. Like you'll see us protesting for everyone else. But what would it look like if we held this space for ourselves?
Right.
And remember, rest isn't a luxury. It's a form of protest. How many times have we as Black women given so much that there's nothing left to give? We stress ourselves out. We die from heart disease and strokes at massive numbers because we give so much that there's nothing left. It's about rest as a resistance is about saying, I'm not going to grind myself into the ground to meet a system's expectations or anyone else's expectations, right?
Absolutely.
So, Nikki, what does rest look like for you?
So in my house on Fridays, and it has always been a thing because all week long I will make dinner, I'm doing the homework, I'm doing all of the things, but on Friday, it is Fend for Yourself Friday. Every Friday in my house. Do not ask me to come in the kitchen. Do not ask me to do anything. You don't have no homework. Ain't nothing due until Monday. Don't ask me nothing. I'm off. I'm clocking out. And that is what rest as a resistance is for me. Like my hands are off. I can only do for me now. I can't do for everyone. I can only do for me and my group. I can't do for everyone. I can't carry the weight for everyone. I can't do it. I can't. And we are taught at a young age that we have to be better than, we have to exceed, excel. And honey, I'm existing. I am going to exist. And everything else, y'all can have it.
Yeah. You know what? That is so true. I love that because, we're taught, you need to work twice as hard to get just as good. And, you have to, overexert yourself and you have to pretend to be this person and you got to do these things and jump through these hoops. And it's like, not going to do that.
Yes, Jaleesa, absolutely. Every day. She says, every day I'm tired. Endurance is 0. We have to pour into each other or we'll dissolve as a whole. And that's exactly right. Back in the day when Martin was out and doing what he was doing and Malcolm was doing what he was doing the work, the women were holding down things and the women had community with each other and for each other. They were there for one another. And we have to get back to that.
Yes.
To having that sense of community instead of this divisiveness that the media pushes, with this all for one, be for yourself. It's okay to be selfish. And it is. It's okay to be selfish, but be selfish also recognizing that nobody can do it alone.
Right.
So be there for those that are there for you. What I'm saying is rest as a resistance is I'm retiring from doing too much for people that can't do anything for me.
Right.
I was about to curse.
We kept it clean for an hour. You know me, girl. I love the
Listen, it was about to be a whole entire sentence of curse words.
exactly. So somebody else might be struggling too. How do we make space for rest without feeling guilty? Because, like you said, ever since we're little, we've been taking care of other people, always putting people before our own needs. So, how do you make space for rest without feeling guilty?
Like you said about that inner work that we did when we first started is first saying no. And the first person you have to say no to is yourself. Like, girl, no, we're not doing that. I am tired. I'm about to lay down and I'm not going to feel guilty about it because my body needs this moment. That's the first thing. And that's the first thing I teach my people when they come for confidence coaching. The first thing is prioritizing how you feel and checking in with yourself. Like, do I really want to do this? Like I said about going out tonight, if I feel like it when we get off of here, I will go. If I do not, if they don't understand, I'm sorry that you don't understand. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with that. I told you it may happen, it may not happen. But just not making commitments when you know you might not feel like it.
Right.
Say it like Jaleesa says, saying no, it's J Day. Exactly. No, I'm not doing it.
And we always say that no is a final answer. No. That's it. Not no because no is a complete sentence.
It's a complete
No.
sentence. No has a period behind it. No. I am not doing it. No. Not
So-
we'll see. Not maybe later. No.
Exactly. So being able to prioritize ourselves, what healing and health looks like for us, because also I'm going to give some solutions too, but no is one of the things that we can do to kind of prioritize ourselves. So no as a final sentence. And when you get a chance, define what your rest rituals are. Think about the things that you've put aside because you feel like you got to take care of the kids, you got to walk the dog. No, lean onto your community. Mom, can you pick up the kids? Friend, can you pick up the kids? I need to, do some things. Create a list of activities that give you joy and restore your energy. Whether that's napping, meditating, journaling, reading, walking, dancing, whatever that is, and that's what we mean by rest, because you can still be active. Oh Lord, my light went out, but you can still be active, but that is rest because you're not like trying to do something for other people. You're showing yourself some love. So hopefully
Yeah.
that makes sense. There we are.
It definitely does. Thank you for the likes. Him, your
Thank
God.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Finding that ritual, finding what works for you. And like you said, resting as resistance is not you just completely shutting down and not doing anything, but it's only doing the things that bring you joy, only doing the things that bring you happiness, not doing things because you feel like you're obligated to do them. Like those are the things that we're not doing, things that are going to take away our energy. This one lady that I follow has a good way of putting it. Your cost per happy. If the cost per happy is too high, I'm not doing it. If it's going to take away, if my happiness is up here and it's going to bring my level down here to do it, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, though. And for me, a rest ritual for me it would be karaoke because we love some karaoke. So that
I
would
love karaoke, but I can't. I love to watch you do karaoke.
Carol, you know you good too, so stop it. But just getting back to skating, doing the things that you used to love. The second thing I would say is to set non-negotiables. Rest as a resistance is setting boundaries. Non-negotiables. These are my non-negotiables. Don't
Right,
I'm letting you know right now.
right,
This is a hell to the no. So
right.
set these boundaries. Have your non-negotiables.
Hmm.
Block time on your calendar throughout the day for rest, just like you would a meeting.
Right. And then put your phone on airplane mode, do not disturb, whatever it is, whether you got an iPhone, Droid, whatever, put it on sleep mode, timeout, whatever you need to do. Jaleesa says, that's so hard because I have a hard time with leaning on my people. I don't like to ask for anything. And that is another thing that we have got to get out of. We can no longer say, oh, nobody ever wants to help me. Sis, we all got our own lives. We don't know you need help unless you tell us. Because from over here, it looked like you got it. Because that's the way we have been told to present, to fake it until you make it, which I do not subscribe to. Baby, if I'm struggling, you gonna know.
Help
I ain't
me.
gonna look like it because you can't just be out here looking bad.
Help.
You can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you, right, help me. Help me. Like I'm gonna come to you if I trust you and you are part of my inner circle and I feel like I can depend on you. I'm definitely gonna come to you and say, I am not doing well today. I feel like I need help. Or I'm gonna get in the group chat and be like, y'all, I need a hug. I need something. Can we meet up? Can we do XYZ? Or you've got to have somebody close enough to you that you can just that you can vent to, that you can have these conversations with. And even if you don't want to tell them all your business, just being able to say, I need help.
Or just come sit.
And
with
if
me. Come sit.
just
with
come
me
sit,
while
but
I'm-
right,
just
let's just sit on the phone. Let's just get on FaceTime. Let's just do whatever.
Just come to my house. Just sit with me. And that's what Lex is saying. She said, I told her last week about leaning on the village because we don't know. We got our own lives, so we can't see it. All you got to do is say help. What you need.
All you got to do is say it. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we can't see it. We're not there with you every day. We don't know that you sliding down the wall in private because when you get around us, you the life of the party. You the one making all of the jokes. You the one, bringing everybody together. So we don't know unless you are making known. That's why people say the whole thing about check on your strong friends. But if I'm checking on you, you got to be receptive to me checking on you too. If I'm checking on you, baby, how you doing, friend? Oh, I'm good, friend. I'm great. How are you today? You deflecting, you ain't answering questions.
Be okay with being honest. Like, let's unmask, mask off. Like, tell us, I feel like today.
Right.
I need help. And be able to, and I want us to work on vocalizing what we need help with.
Right.
Because a lot of the times we'll just be like, I need help. And we're like, what kind of help you need?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Think about it. No, like I need
Well, how do I
someone to
know?
help me clean my house because I got depressed, and that happened to me before. I got depressed. My friend had to come over with a broom and a mop and was like, get it together. And she cleaned my house because I was a hot mess. I was a postpartum depressed mess. And it was something that she did, and it was something I needed, but I didn't know how to express it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I learned, you know what? It's okay to lean on your circle, and it's okay to tell people what you need.
Yeah. And it's absolutely necessary. It's required. We are not mind readers as strong as Black women are. You have to know that if you are in a group of 5 other Black women, that we all are going through our own personal struggles every day-to-day life be lifing. And so if you're not checking in with me, I'm not checking in with you, and we're not communicating about this, then how do you know what I need? How do I know what you need? And are we even really friends at this point if I'm not even comfortable enough with you to tell you that I need you?
Right.
Or you to tell me that you need me?
Exactly. I love that, Nikki. Thank you. And the third thing is to incorporate micro rest. So a lot of us sit in front of the computer. We sit in front of the computer for hours. No, I want to know what your friend said. I'm sorry.
She said, I be sliding down a wall like a white woman in a horror movie, stressed out, but my girls get me through.
Oh, I love that you have girls that'll get you through. Um,
I don't love that you be sliding down the wall like a white woman in a horror movie, though. We gonna do better, sis. We gonna do better.
um, so a lot of us sit in front of the computer, or
Hmm.
we feel guilty about taking those breaks, right?
Hmm.
And I know you work with somebody of another race that will take 20 to 30 cigarette breaks, and we'll be like, dang, that person takes a lot of breaks, right? But learn
Hmm.
to incorporate or get up from your laptop, incorporate 5 to